Welcome to the AJ Awesome Show, a show about my favorite things. My name is AJ, and my special guest for this episode is Heath Miller. I hope you like the show! Hello, everybody. I am here with Heath Miller.
Oh, baby.
My first question is, why did you start wrestling?
Why did I start wrestling? I blame it on my grandfather because he is the one that started making me watch it because he loved it. And then he started taking me to the little independent shows around our area. And then when NWA back in the day, which it was early stages of WCW, would come close to our hometown, and he would literally set me on his knee, and I was just mesmerized by it. I just fell in love with it, and ever since I was 6 years old, I wanted to do it.
That was kind of me too, because my dad loved wrestling, so he took me to a wrestling show, and then I fell in love with it, and I want to be a wrestler now.
So you know the feeling, right?
Yeah.
How about to say, man, like it's hard work, but if you love it and you're passionate about it and you want to really achieve your dream, you can do it. Definitely. A lot of people didn't believe in me when I said I wanted to do it, but I proved them all wrong. You can do the same too.
How did it change your career for the better or for the worse when people started doubting you?
I think, well, you can take it one or two ways. When people doubt you, you can either let that, take over you and then you doubt yourself, or you can use it as fire, like fuel to the fire, and it drives you and you want to prove those people wrong, and you keep chipping away, and the next thing you know, you're going to get your dream and goal, and all those other people that doubted you want to be your friends. But you got to remember who were there for you, because the crowd, whenever you're trying to make it, slim to none. But when you make it, a lot of people want to be on your side. Just remember the ones that's always there for you.
What advice would you give a new wrestler?
Actually, there's a lot of advice I can give a new wrestler, but as a young, inspiring wrestler growing up, I would literally say have thick skin, be patient, and work your butt off, because hard work always pays off.
No matter if you're in school, work, anything.
Hard work pays off. Yeah.
If you were a Pokemon, what type would you be?
My youngest little girl loves Pokemon, so I would probably be like Charmander. Is that his name?
Yes.
The orange dinosaur-looking thing that shoots fire.
The
Charizard?
The big dragon is Charizard.
That's who I would be. Charizard. That would be my Pokemon, dude. Who would be you?
I would probably say I am psychic type because I'm kind of smart, and fighting type because I want to grow up to be strong.
There you go, man. I like that. Me too.
Who was your favorite wrestler when you were a kid?
Sting. 100% I was in love with Sting. He's the one that actually got my, hint. Well, Sting, and then, I don't know, Sting is 100% the one. Like, he was my guy. But then, for some reason, I always liked the face-painted wrestlers when I was a kid. I loved Sting. I loved Warrior. I loved the Great Muta. I loved the Road Warriors. I loved Demolition. Those guys, they always grabbed my interest. But then when it's me becoming a wrestler, I'm like, well, I don't know if I want to paint my face. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I really want to do that. It's just funny because, what got my interest is something so far away from what I am in wrestling. You know what I mean? But I can 100% say Sting was the guy that honestly made me want to be a wrestler.
Maybe the reason why you liked face painted wrestlers was because they grabbed your attention more than people without face paint?
That's probably exactly right. The charisma that they had, it's like a mask. You put that on, you can be someone else. The vision of who you want to, try to be, or who you want to like the persona you want to be, stuff like that. It was like a mask for him, to where like I can understand that. Like my glasses, it's like a mask for me. Like I always wear shades. I always do. And everybody's like, "Why you always wear shades at night?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just like my shades." So it's like, to me, face paint is my shades. The shades are the face paint type deal.
Maybe the reason why you wear shades at night is because if your opponent's walking around the street, you can sneak attack them.
That's true too. Or I won't be able to see them, so it might be bad for me.
Since quarantine happened, everybody's been stuck at home.
Yep.
So, what type of TV shows do you like to binge watch?
Man, okay. Since the whole quarantine stuff, and then like when I had surgery and everything, I literally have been watching ESPN 30 for 30s. All the sports stuff, all the boxing, UFC, baseball, basketball, football. Like, I have been binge watching all of the 30 for 30s. And then my wife got me on this show on Netflix or Hulu, I forget which one, but it's called The Handmaid's Tale, which it is, oh my goodness, don't even try to watch it. You're too young. But it's one of those shows that really make you think, and it makes me mad almost every episode. I'm mad and upset. So I've been watching that, but it's torture for me because I'm putting myself through all of this. Like, oh no, why are you doing this? But it's got my attention. So, and then there's a new one that just came out on Netflix. It's called, starts with an Ilm. It's about these people that took off in a plane, and then all this flashing of light looks like a UFO or something was there. And then they landed, and then all these security guards and policemen and firemen around them. And I guess they've been gone for 5.5 years. So pretty much they took off, big flashes of light and craziness happened. They landed, and it was a plane that got lost for 5.5 years. It's called Man. I forget, but I'm on that show now. Oh, and then during COVID, I watched all of the Marvel movies from start to finish, all the way to Endgame. Me and my girls caught up on all the Marvel movies. And I know I'm talking your head off right now, but there's been so much that I've been watching. It's crazy.
I also watched all the Marvel movies with my dad.
Oh, that's awesome. We literally started from the very first one, thank you, all the way to the last one. And then, oh my goodness, it was a disaster, if you want me to be honest. So my girls get attached, just like we do. You like a wrestler, you get attached to him. You like this person in this movie, you get attached to him. Like I love The Walking Dead. The zombie stuff. I don't know. I'm a big zombie fan, but like I get invested in these characters and I fall in love with them. And when they get hurt, I'm like, no. I treat it like it's real life. So my little girls absolutely loved Iron Man. Loved Iron Man. Loved daggone Spider-Man. Loved their little connection. All through the movies, they loved them. And then when Iron Man passed, well, take that back. Infinity Wars, when all of them started passing, man, they cried for like 3 days. And I'm like, oh no, this is horrible. I shouldn't have let them watch it. And then the end game happened. And they're like, oh, they're back. It's so exciting. And then Iron Man passes, and then they're just like, oh no, it's horrible. And I'm just like, oh man, I can't win here. I cannot win. But, like I enjoy the movies. They enjoy the movies. But every movie has, it pulls on your heartstrings. You get emotionally invested in these characters. But yeah, it was. Man, I hope you edit this. I'm just talking his little head off. But yeah, I've been watching way more television than I should, if you want me to be honest. You need to get out there and exercise. But then again, I couldn't, so I had to watch TV.
What is your favorite place in the world to wrestle?
Personal favorite? The Civic Center in Charleston, West Virginia, where I was born and raised. That's when I was a kid and I went and watched the wrestling shows and everything. That's a very special part in my heart for me. I love going to the Staples Center in LA for some reason. The LA people like me. The O2 Arena in London, England. For some reason, those crazy folks over there love me too. So it's a good atmosphere to wrestle in. Philly, Chicago, they're hardcore fans. I like the fans that don't go along with the flow. I like the fans where they're like, hey, I either like you, so I'm gonna cheer for you, or I don't like you, even if you're a good guy. I'm not gonna cheer for you. That's Chicago, L.A., the O2 Arena, MSG. Those fans are the fans that are like, hey, we respect your wrestling. We don't care about the character that you have. That right there to me, those are my favorite arenas. The ones that just blunt, have no filter. Because when I first wrestled over in London, they hated me. They were chanting "Kill the Ginger," Jinja Ninja. I don't even know what that means. I still don't even know what that means. But they were chanting all these things. I'm like, why? I'm a good guy. Why are y'all hating me? But it's funny because until I was in 3 on B with Drew and Jinder was when they started loving me. They're like, oh, he's entertaining. He can work. He's good. And then, they just started liking me ever since. So I don't know, man. Those crowds, whenever they tell the truth, you can either get butt hurt or you can go with it. And it's sometimes it's fun because like they will give you so much crap, but when you turn it around on them and give it back to them, they like you. And I don't understand it because they're like, kiss my butt, Slater. I'm like, no, you kiss my butt. They're like, oh, he told me to kiss his butt. It's just craziness. But it's a fun atmosphere. Trust me, in about 15 years, you're going to know the feeling. You'll be there.
What is the routine or ritual that you do to get ready for a match?
Man, oh man. I like to listen to some music in my headphones, like getting my head in the right position. I usually listen to music when I put my gear on, you know. Um, Honestly, music. I listen to music when I get ready to go out. Like, music is my little, like, sympathy or symphony in my head to where, I got, feeling good music in my head. I'm putting my gear on and all that stuff. I would honestly say my ritual is stretching, music, and getting my mind ready to go out there and perform. But music's a big help for me. Like I love any type of music, all types of music, certain types of music, yes. But I say music's my key.
You've held a lot of awards and titles over the years. Which one of those are you the most proud of?
My 2 little girls, being a daddy, if you want me to be honest. Um, all this wrestling stuff, it's great, it's fun, it's a great achievement. But in real life, in reality, man, I like being a dad. I love my 2 little girls. And to me, that's the biggest reward I've ever had was those 2 little angels. They're buttheads, but they're angels, They're my buttheads.
Your accomplishment is that you got kids.
There it is. I got kids, and that's for sure. I only 2, though. Not the 300 that WWE wanted y'all to believe that I had, but yeah, 2 little girls, man.
Do you have any funny stories from filming Southpaw Regional Wrestling?
Oh my goodness, that whole thing is funny. I don't even have to say a story about it. What you saw is really what you got. We did so many just one takes to where we didn't have to do retakes. It was like we're live, go, and you just acting a fool, doing all this outrageous stuff, and it was so much fun to do. It was so much fun. But like literally, like there ain't no outtakes. What you saw is is what we did, and they just put it out there for the world to see. And I kind of believe that's what people liked because it wasn't us. It was us having fun. We were having fun being these crazy, wild characters that no one ever would ever want or cheer for. But then we were goofy and having fun with it that people actually liked it. But that whole, all of that was just bloopers. It wasn't nothing serious, nothing of us trying to be serious and nailing these words or something. We literally were having fun. And that's why I think a lot of people enjoyed it and like it because they can see us playing these characters. I mean, I was Elvis. I was impressive Elvis Wesley. Like, who is that, All I did was shake my hips and say, ho, 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 a lot, So it was us having fun and just being obnoxious, and the people liked it. So I wish we would have done more. I wish they would have done a volume every year of it, and let us just come up with outrageous characters and just have fun. But then I think they just found out that we were having too much fun and didn't want us to have fun anymore, and they didn't do it no more. Who knows? But, yeah, Dustin Wallace and Pelly, They both came up with it, asked us all to do it. They're like backstage.com guys that everything you see backstage they made pretty much just because of them. But they just wanted us to have some fun and start a new little show, and we did. And I miss it. That was a lot of fun.
What's next for you in your career?
What next for me is getting healthy. I had surgery about 4 months ago. I should be back in about 2.5 months. So my whole goal is to get healthy and come back to do what I love, and that's to wrestle. But yeah, my whole goal at this moment, get healthy, come back to do what I love.
Maybe win a few titles on the way, but all you really want to do is get healthy?
That's it. Just because if I don't get healthy, I won't be able to wrestle no more.
Yeah.
So I had 5 surgeries at once, and it's taken a little while, more than I thought. But I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm going to keep going for that light until it's so bright I can't see.
Because even if you don't wrestle, getting healthy is your top priority.
It is. I got 2 little girls that depend on me, so I got to be around for a little bit until I find 2 guys that can take care of them better than I can, which that'll never happen.
That's the end. Thanks for the interview.
Thank you for having me, buddy. It was fun. I say keep doing it. Live your dreams. Go for what you want. But to say if you put 100% into it, you'll definitely get it.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the AJ Awesome Show. I would like to thank Heath Miller for being my special guest. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.